All right, great. It looks like we're live. Ooh, today's stream is a little cursed. We started late because of reasons, and as soon as I hit the start button, after like 2 minutes, it just crashed. Great job. So we're just gonna do this very, very scuffed like. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm just gonna get into it. We are making a game, and we need to get the crafting menu more polished than what it is right now, which currently it doesn't even work. Crafting menu. Craft dirt. 1 dirt to 1 grass. It does not consume the dirt. If there's only 1 dirt, it's not even trying. Where are those print statements? They're not in here. I assume they're in here. We're not calling this function if the... That's mighty suspicious. Hold on 1 second. I didn't fully set up the stream. No, I did. Okay. Interesting. OBS does not agree. If I get 1 dirt, we have 1 dirt, and now I craft. Nothing happened. Oh, we got errors. Node needs a parent to be reparented. Why? What? Okay, that's a strange. Why is that happening? Check out this breakpoint. Yeah, but this breakpoint's okay. No error here. How much? Oh. Well, shoot. Found a bug. I guess that's technically not a bug. That's actually the game working as you'd expect it to. If we hold down the left click button and then we lose focus, the game thinks we're still holding down the left click button. I don't think there's a way to stop that from a determined player, so I just gotta accept that that is that's how it be. Shoot, I didn't test this. Okay. No error. But as soon as I do this, error. 3 errors, in fact. What are we setting as block? Is it the item that we are creating just to test the costs? I think we've got that in the input here. Yeah. Set item as block. Okay, we never parent this object. We also never free it, which is a memory leak, it seems like. So we should just free it at the end here. Cost.q free. Hey there. Welcome. How's it going? We can, I guess, parent this before we do anything, because maybe that's having an effect on... It doesn't make any sense, though. That doesn't make any sense. What? Okay, hold on. What if I pick up many dirt blocks? Okay, so we have 9 now. And then... No, that worked. Okay, so this only doesn't work if our stack size is 1. I don't think... Like, why would parenting the block matter? We'll just do this. Just to get out of the way. I actually don't have anywhere to parent this to. Oh no, I can parent it to main. I'm working on my own UI framework and I have a question and see if you can answer it. Shoot. Will this make the debugger error go? No, it actually had no effect. Okay, so maybe this isn't the problem. But I would really like to figure out why that error is being thrown. Okay, let me just set the... Wow, that's weird. That's trippy. I don't like that. Let's set the breakpoint here, and then let's craft one dirt to one grass. It didn't throw the... What, you just... Is this just a suggestion? That's a breakpoint. Why didn't you stop there? Oh my goodness. All right. Let's put this in. Try again. Yeah. Oh no, I see. Okay. Okay. Now if I do this, unfortunately, we have two, so we aren't replicating the bug. Okay, so block param, we've got this. This doesn't have a parent, does it? There's no way to know. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What am I doing? What is happening? Trying to change the background color of a button when it's hovered, but with a tween. Is there a way to do this without messing with style boxes? There's a signal that buttons have that you can link to. Called mouse entered and then mouse exited. You can have the button hook in those signals into whatever function you want, and then just tell the button to change its color whenever those whatever you want. whenever the mouse enters, change color. Whenever the mouse leaves, change color. I don't know how to design good UI, so I'm not gonna make any suggestions on how you can optimize that, but that's how I would approach it. I would grab these two signals and go nuts. What is the property of the background color of the button? I think, is there a modulate in here? You could just modify the modulate or the self modulate. I don't know what the difference is. I don't think buttons have any like special color going on or anything like that. Isn't there a texture button? Yeah, there's a texture button. This is what I would expect you'd use if you want to make a button that looks fancier than this. I don't know though. I don't have that much experience with buttons, so modulate is the only thing I know of that would accomplish changing the color of the button. Do I still have the breakpoint? Nope. Back into inventory HUD, I would like to do this, and I actually do need to do it before the function, otherwise that actually doesn't help in any way. That does, nope, just kidding. Hold on. No, it doesn't, that doesn't help this at all. Node needs to be a parent to be reparented. Oh, there's a, yeah, okay, this is coming from here. Oh, oh, wait a minute. This is the problem. No, it isn't. The problem isn't that the item doesn't have a child. The problem is that the block doesn't have a child. So I need to declare this temp block equals pull this out. Modulate will change the color of everything about the button, not just the button's background. I got no clue then. I don't think buttons are particularly fancy. So like, my assumption is that you probably want a texture button. Or you make your own button. Buttons are actually not that complicated. Any control has the same signals. You can just replicate a button with a control by just implementing the mouse entered, mouse exited. There's a GUI input, and then you just check to see if it's a mouse click that's happening on the control. And it's more painful than using a button, but buttons are kind of dumb, as in simple. There is this theme here. I have no idea what this is. Maybe this is what you want. The theme override. You could, looks like you can just adjust these colors. I assume you can adjust them in code. Font color, icon color. No background colors. All right, then yeah, I assume that's not something you can do with a button. There's a lot more than I thought. Yeah, I wonder, like, when you hover over a button, where is it getting this is the background? That's got to be set somewhere. That can't just be hard-coded. I mean, I guess it could be hard-coded. What is the icon? I don't even have an icon, so I assume if I change this, we'll see. Yep, okay. So I can change the font color from a theme or a style box. Yo, welcome. You cannot animate style boxes? Did not know that. But good to know. Yeah, I think you might be, I'm not the best person to ask, but I think you might be in the state where you maybe make a control and then you make it look however you need to make it look. Using whatever means. Color recs, texture recs, labels, that sort of thing. Where's my temp block? Okay, if I make temp block does this error go away? Yes. Okay, that doesn't solve this bug at all. I was 15% sure that it would help. Not very sure that it would help. We still need to track that down. I'm not sure if you can or can't, but it seems you can't. I got nothing. I don't even know, like, yeah, that's not a node. I don't know how you would set that up. Okay, we are, wait, back here. We've got our dictionary. We've got the cost set to 1. And we're calling consume costs. Right. Oops, no cost. Okay, so we're returning false here. And we shouldn't be. We should have the dirt that we need. So what is going on? Are we accidentally passing along an empty dictionary? That shouldn't be. Damn it. No. All right. Print cost. I don't know what I expected, but that's on me. I'm 90% sure this is where like we've figured out trial and error that this is where the issue is. But just to confirm, yeah, we don't have it, but we do have it. So there's something wrong with this function. For tool slot and tool slots, tool slot.item. All right, hold on 1 second. Okay. All right, we're checking all 5 tool slots. I don't know what that proves. This should result in the same output. Oh, we're getting, okay, so we're only checking the first tool slot. Oh, because the other ones are empty. That's right. That makes sense. That's actually fine. If that is the same item. Okay. Interesting. So we're not getting, so this is functioning. So we can just comment that out for now. Print tool slot dot item dot stack. Oh, wait a minute. This shouldn't be a greater. That should be a greater than or equal. Ah, that's the problem. That's the problem. Yeah, that was the problem. Oh, and also we can, yeah, okay, this is working great now. Let me just collect a big pile of dirt. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we shouldn't be able to do that. Let me just fix that real quick. Input handler. Mouse mode needs to be not menu. That's in here, isn't it? Yeah. Mouse look. What? What is this? Wait, I have another. What? Why do I? Why do I have this? Why do I declare variables and then not use them? Stupid past me. God, I had three different things for controlling the mouse state, and two of them were pointless. Never actually implemented. Great. Oh my god. Please. Not menu. What is it? Mouse state? Isn't that? Oh shoot, I got these backwards. God, naming things is hard. Okay, now we cannot mine while we're in the menu, which is the intended path. I need to spawn grass. I have been putting that off. That's kind of a core part of crafting, is that you spend resources and then you get something. And where am I? Here it is. Okay. We need to check the bool. If consume cost is true, then we have successfully created the thing. Okay, and then we need to take our output and add it to the player's inventory. And we're done. Theoretically, we're done. No, it couldn't be that simple. Node needs a parent to be reparented. That probably means we need to add this output. Well, that made the debugger error go away, but it didn't make grass appear in our inventory. So this didn't work. First of all, let's make sure. Are we actually consuming the costs? Are we instantiating not an image, but an actual scene? Yeah. We are consuming costs. Yeah. Let's go. Attempting to add rigid body 3D. I wish I could get a little more detail than that. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, it was working. No, it is working. Hold on. It's there. It's just not visible. Okay. Okay. I make assumptions about the blocks that I'm adding to my inventory because this is a sub viewport, and this block actually is somewhere like at negative 999 on the world, and that's how I make that show up. But if the block never gets drawn because it doesn't exist, well, that's a problem. How do I? What am I not doing? Hold on. Wait a minute. How am I doing this before? I'm passing it. Okay, I'm passing in an item param. And the item param is responsible for telling the UI create a sub viewport, reparent the item to here, disable the physics, set the global position to its where it belongs. No, that should work. I don't know what I'm missing. We've got a grass block. Okay, let me it's an item, so we should be easy to find where this block is in the remote map. Why is my inventory component empty? Oh, this is how I'm storing. Oh, right. Sure. Okay, yeah, that one's empty. That actually is fine. This one contains this item, which contains this block. This block's mesh is visible, and that is the correct mesh. Where is it? Why is it not there? Why is its position that? That's not the correct. That's not the correct position. What on earth? Why is its position that? The scale? That doesn't seem right. I don't know why this scale would be 2.0. But that could be causing an issue because the camera is too close. The camera could be inside the object and we can't see it because you just can't see it. It's just it doesn't work. What if we add this to the inventory component? Yeah, like now I have no idea, is the item there? And it's just the camera is too close and because the scale of the object is wrong. No, that's probably not what's happening. Why is the grass scene giving me a layout that's slightly wrong? No, that's fine. Why? Why is the mesh slightly off? Really? Is everything like that? Oh my god, what? Is this the reason I was having that bug yesterday where I was just like, oh, there's just a gap for no reason. Why does everything have a gap? I thought I duplicated this block. Yeah, everything is just slightly offset for no reason. Oh god. Is the bedrock? Why? No, actually bedrock was fine. That's weird. There's grass. Yeah, that scale is wrong. What am I supposed to be setting the scale manually when I instantiate? Because the scale should actually not be it should have nothing to do with the mesh. Oh, and it doesn't. It's on this. Why is it 2.0? It should be. Am I multiplying when I should be dividing? Or am I dividing when I should be multiplying? I have no idea. I should be setting the scale though, because that's not something I set here. That's something I set in the world chunk. So I need to set that. Yes, it's just occurring to me now that this is in fact a problem that I gave myself. Temp block.scale. Right, and then this has to be a vector 3. So I have to type this 3 times because I'm so good at this. There we go. Will this fix the problem? Or will it make it worse? I think that did not help. This might be solving the wrong problem. No, that's still wrong. Okay, this is correct. This is all correct. So the item is correct, but this actual grass block is just very wrong. Yeah. All right. Well, we know what the problem is now. The scale is wrong. Now we need to figure out why that is. I'm certain it's because we're parenting it to the wrong thing, and we're inheriting scale. Okay. Well, that fixes the problem, but it doesn't understand the problem. So, okay. Where am I setting scale at? It would have to be in this here. Okay, we're setting our own scale, but we never change the child scale. Well, on the one hand, we use this all over the place. But on the other hand, it doesn't really seem like we modify the block scale that much. Is there a way for me to make this search for match case? There we go. So we're not doing it there. This is, we've already seen that. So we're only setting the scale here and there. Why is the scale ending up 2x as a result? What could be happening, and this would be dumb, but what could be happening is that the item, which is the parent, has a scale of 1. And then we put the block in, and then we put the block in the item. And then as part of this function, the item gets resized to a quarter of its size. And maybe Godot is like, oh, whoa, you're resizing this, but for some reason, I'm going to unresize your children so that... No, that makes no sense. No, it wouldn't do. That doesn't make any sense. Never mind. I'm just, no. One thing we could do to test this theory, though, is output.scale equals, well, this. This should have no effect. And it did. Okay, so never mind. No, that doesn't solve anything. Oh, why is the scale of this temp block being ruined? I'll be right back. Okay. If I look at grass, no. If I look at this, the scale is 1.0. Scale is 0.5. This is fine. There's no reason for the scale to be increasing that I can think of. What if we reverse the order of these? Nope. Okay. Can I... Yeah, just put a breakpoint here. Let's just... When we create this item, let's see what its scale is at. Oh, I have to sneeze. Okay. Scale 0.5. I mean, that's actually wrong. It should be 0.25. But if we step, will it convert? Yeah. Oh wait, no, this isn't the mesh. Where's the mesh? Oh, I guess it's fine. This is accurate now. So, prior to instantiation, the scale is 0.5. That's interesting. Why is the scale half scale? Okay, here's our temp block. The scale is 0.5. Why? There's no reason for it to be. If we look at the actual grass scene, scale is 1.0. Is the scale here 0.5? Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Never mind. This makes sense. This is accurate. And then I guess we'll just step. Our scale is 0.5, and then we step, and our scale has been updated to 0.25, and then we step. All right, and this is getting passed in. I think we're going to lose access to this variable in just a second. Oh, it's something happening in here in set item as block. Somehow, I'm guessing, somehow adjusting the scale of the item is not adjusting. Like Godot is compensating for that. Probably when this reparent happens. If I don't do this, if we just skip that, obviously a lot of stuff doesn't work, but let's just leave that aside. If we step down, we can just confirm this should be 0.5, and then now it should be 0.25. I wish I could just like right click, lock this. I want to constantly see this. Maybe there's a way to do that. Okay, and then after that function, what is the scale? It's exactly the same. So, somehow, which that's too big, but somehow is nonsense. Adjusting the scale of the item is ruining the scale of its child. Hold on. Let me just... Okay. You can have the parent resize its child to counteract the scaling. So I don't mind that, like, if I make the parent small, the child is naturally smaller, but I don't want the child's property to change, and that is killing me. And I don't know why that's happening. Adjusting the scale of the item should not adjust the scale of the item core. If this is actually what's killing me, if this is actually the problem, why doesn't this fix it? Why does adding the block param as a child ruin it? Zero point 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. 1.0. This isn't helpful because I'm not doing it before and after. Okay, those are all the same, which is great. Yeah, okay. So reparenting is this is the culprit right here. Warning: if physics common, physics interpolation is enabled, and reparenting causes a large change in... Okay, that's nothing. Parent, keep global transform. What does that mean? What is... It's just talking about position. I wish the docs explained what that meant. The global transform will be preserved if keep global transform is set to true. For people who don't know what that means, Everyone knows what that means. Why am I looking at a bug report? Okay. This is exactly my question. Okay, I didn't want... Make sure stretch mode is correctly set. No. Containers control the position. No. When you reparent a scaled control into a container, it will reset the scale to 1, 1. Could it be because we are a control here? That is biting us in the rear? Is that really what's happening? Oh, but no, this isn't a child. The item is not a child of the controllers, so that, if true, that's not relevant. What if I just set this to true? What if I just do that? We're already setting up the position anyway, and we don't care about the rotation. Nothing. That's not the problem. Oh, should this be set to false? I set it to true. I didn't try. No, true. I would, but true. Why would false be? Why am I trusting what AI says? Doesn't make any sense. Just try it out. Oh, that actually fixes it. Why is okay? The engine calculates the child's local scale based on its new parent scale. To maintain the original size, use the keep global transform parameters set to false. So we won't keep our global transform. We will adopt the parent's global transform. What? I don't know why. I must be tired because I would think that the opposite is actually what I want if I wanted to preserve size. Okay, but hey, you know what? Learn something new about Godot. I don't think this is very intuitive behavior. But that's the reason I'm doing this game jam, is to learn. And so I learned something new. I'm happy. This is a successful stream, even though well, this. We don't need that anymore. And I don't need this. Okay, so good news, this works. We now have grass in our inventory. And we can convert it at as much as we want. And we can, that's it. That's all we get. I would like to be able to exit. Okay, so first of all, I need to convert this into like a more templated format. I don't want to have I have to program every button, program the costs, program the benefit. I need to come up with that template. I'm going to do that offline. I'm not going to do that on stream because that's just going to be tedious to do turn. Oh, I already wrote up here. Make this not dumb. That includes turning this recipe into a resource file. And then we will define recipes in that resource file in a whatever format. And then we'll process it. I think we may have to go down the route of naming every item and naming every block, like have a variable name, and then just going based off of the name string rather than, do I have dirt? First, let me create dirt, and then let me compare this thing I just created to the every thing in the inventory. You know, make it not dumb. If two things share the same name, then they're the same thing. It doesn't. Their state doesn't matter. They're the same thing. We'll come back to that. I need my input handler to get me out of this menu. I think all we need to do is say, if we're in the menu mode, we should do this at the very bottom. If we're in the menu mode, we should do it up here. If event is input event key and event.pressed and mouse mode equals mouse state dot menu. If we pressed any key, close the menu. This won't stand. I need that variable. I have so many this thing is so overloaded. Oh my god. Var menu control. Because I need to be able to throw this element away. I shouldn't need to do that, right? It should just become null automatically. Cannot find member menu. I just defined it up here, didn't I? It's right there. Oh, sorry. Did I get these backwards again? Oh no, I did. I got them right. Oh. Yes. Okay. So now if I press E, thing pops up, and then I press any key. Yeah, we can move again. Is that how it works in Minecraft? Oh. Okay, so we should not press E twice. Actually, we can just return. Stop processing input. Wow, okay. No, we can't return. We should just make sure that the mouse mode is that. Okay. Okay, and then I can place the grass. Whoa, okay. Okay. Well, this is silly, but this is what I wanted to accomplish. And then we just need to polish it. Polish it hard. Oh, I'm out of time. So I'm going to say yay. Probably going to be taking what I've got here and polishing heavily for the rest of the week. I do want to implement a health bar, an experience bar, and a temperature bar. And then I'm going to need to implement like blocks and stuff. But the other things that I want to implement this week that I'll do on stream, light. And then I want to have message boxes. So that I can introduce the player to the game in a gradual way, which I feel like is a massive problem that Minecraft has, where it's just like, congratulations, you're playing Minecraft. Did you want me to tell you how to play Minecraft? No. Go read a wiki, which, yeah, you know, it's $1 billion game, so critiquing it is kind of hollow. Anyway, I am going to space out. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a good time. Hope your game dev is going better than my game dev. Hope you're playing lots of fun games and playing lots of fun games. I said it twice because it's important. Gaming is power, or it's fun. It's healthy. One of those is correct. I'm not sure which one. Anyway, see you all next time.